Hello everybody. Welcome to today's stream. Today we will be playing part 5 of Slay the Princess in my quest to 100% all of the achievements in the game and see every vessel. Welcome in, Elle. So yeah. I think I mentioned this during my last stream, but I have been playing a lot of Skyrim recently. The Oblivion remaster came out, and I saw my friend Honey Slime Live stream that game for like 13 hours straight or some crazy bullshit like that. And I was like, man, this game looks really fun. I wish I could play it, but I don't have $40 laying around right now. So instead, I got a bunch of mods and started playing Skyrim. And because my boss has been not scheduling me for a lot of shifts at work, I have had nothing to do this week, really. So I've been playing so much Skyrim every day for the last like 4 or 5 days. I think I've literally put like 80 hours into the game in the last week. My character in Skyrim is like a 8-foot tall, like Dunmer, dark elf vampire girl who I named Sacrilege because she's a very evil character, and I'm trying to do the all of the Daedric artifact quests to get the Oblivion Walker achievement. So I've been doing a lot of murdering people and doing evil things. it's been fun. I was playing some more this morning, but while I was starting the quest for Malakaf's Daedric artifact, my game started lagging a bunch, freezing up and crashing, so I'll have to figure out what's wrong with it later. But for now, we're going to be playing Slay the Princess, and I'm gonna see all these cute princesses and stuff. Trying to remember if I have anything else important to talk about at the beginning of stream. I don't really think so. So I guess I can kind of just get into it and we can start going. So I've got to find Slay the Princess and open it. Apparently the last time I played this game was April 17th, so it's been like 3 weeks. Welcome in, Tran Terminus. Thank you for donating channel points to the Star Technology Challenge. I'm just waiting for Slay the Princess to open up right now. It takes a second to load. Oh, come on now. Where is the game? It usually doesn't take this long to load. There it is, finally. Hold on, that's a long message. Let me read that out. Kinda random, but I wanted to thank Mallory and her community for being awesome. Back in 2023 and part of last year, I was going through a tough mental situation and it was gonna get worse until I met Mallory. Her streams, coziness, cuteness, and all are what brought my happiness back. You literally saved me during a critical moment in life and I couldn't be any more grateful. I wish I could repay it, but these words of gratitude will do. Oh, damn. I had no idea you were enjoying my streams that much, but I'm very grateful that I was able to help you, Tran Terminus. And I hope you will continue to attend my streams and enjoy them in the future. Alright, now that the game is open, let me switch to the game screen. I think at the end of the last stream, I completed another playthrough and got one of the endings, so I think I have to start a whole new game, maybe? But let me see what happens. Yeah, this was the end of the game, so I will have to go and start a new game. Alright, before I start a new game, I need to take stock of what vessels I have already seen and which ones I still need to get. So I have seen the Adversary, the Tower, the Spectre, the Nightmare, the Razor. Actually, I have not seen the Razor before. I have seen the Beast, the Witch, the Stranger, and the Damsel. the Fury, the Apotheosis, the Princess and the Dragon, the Wild, the Thorn, and those are all the ones I've seen. So I think to start with, the two Chapter 2 vessels that I have not seen yet are the Razor and the Prisoner. Should I go with the Prisoner or the Razor first? Let me look and see what their requirements to get them are. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll go with the Prisoner first. It looks like in order to get her, I have to bring the pristine blade, and then I have to try to save her, and I have to resist the narrator's control. Alright, totally new game. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
In the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright, and we forgot I need to move my chat. Because my chat overlay is over top of my dialogue options, so I just moved those down to the bottom corner of my screen instead of to the top right where it normally is. Alright. Alright, silently continue.
You make your way up a ward, she will not ignore.
14,000 total points to Star Technology. You really want to see me play this mod pack.
You take the... The daughter... Her voice...
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it fool.
Alright. Just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Walk down the stairs, and she's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Okay. Well, I'm not here to kill her. I want to save her. I want to see what happens if I choose this option. I don't think I've ever actually picked it before. What? No way. Why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of her.
Alright, I'll drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with
Thank you. Maybe now we can just... talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. We don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Alright. Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
Okay. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. Right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Alright. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Note the lack of...
Okay. We've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Alright. I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Alright, I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the bed. Someone else...
Alright, return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for who? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I will save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Her eyes are so big. Look at them. They got gigantic anime eyes.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Damn. Okay. Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
No, I will resist you. Fuck yourself, narrator.
The blade. Move the blade.
I don't think I've ever seen her make that face before. She looks so unamused.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Damn. Mercy
Her
killing.
face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the base basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alrighty. I could yell at him, but I think it'd be better just to not bother with it. So I'm just gonna just go to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
The voice of the skeptic. I don't think I've ever actually seen this voice before.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Alright, proceed.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Okay. Let me check this wiki real quick. Okay. So there are two potential Chapter 3 vessels from the prisoner. The Cage or the Gray. It looks like... I can get the Cage. I don't think taking the knife to the basement matters particularly. If I get the Cage, I have to not kill her, and to get the Gray, I have to kill her. But I will make a save here just to see if it's possible to get down there without even taking the blade, and if it is, then that would make things easier to not have to kill her. Alright, so I made a save, right? Yes, I did. Okay. Enter the basement without the blade. I want to try and get the Cage first. Actually, no. First, I want to try to get the prisoner out of here so I can bring her to the Long Quiet and get the achievement for the prisoner. And then I want to reload and get the Cage. So first attempt is going to be mostly pacifistic, trying to save the princess. Enter the basement without the blade, please.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon. Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner. Yes, I'm sure. Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world, okay? I'm trusting you.
Hey, don't I get to stay here? What's the big idea?
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go. Wonderful.
Okay.
Exactly that. Sweeping the blade from the table before proceeding.
Give her a round of applause!
Oh damn, I got a raid? Thanks for the raid, Incubus. Hi everybody coming from their channel. My name is Mallory Swain, if you've never heard of me before. I am a PNGTuber who is a holiday incarnate. I am the physical embodiment of the spirit of Halloween. Today I am playing part 5 of my Slay the Princess playthrough. I'm in the process of trying to 100% the game, so for everybody here who has not been to my channel before, I will unfortunately be slightly speeding through the dialogue, and there will be spoilers. So if you don't wish to be spoiled for Slay the Princess, I'd recommend you don't watch this stream. But other than that, you're totally welcome to stay. Thank you very much for the raid, Incubus. What were you playing? Let me see. I should actually give you a shout out. I have that command, right? Incubus VT. They were playing Cult of the Lamb. Ooh, I love Cult of the Lamb. I haven't played that game for a little while. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Well, it looks like I am not capable of going to see the prisoner without taking the blade. So I guess I don't have to worry about going down there with or without it. Like, no matter what, I will have the blade.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Are we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
That is weird. Why is there a fourth chain? What would that even be used to restrain? Her ankles, maybe?
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Okay. Let me save here. If I have a save here, it should make it very easy to get the gray. I just have to slay her immediately. What happens if I just leave? I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just gonna leave her here.
As if by divine will, just as you finish the thought, you hear a door slam. I'm afraid you won't be leaving until the task is finished. It doesn't matter how many chains she's in, without your intervention, she'll find a way out eventually. That's not fair. Unless you deal with her right here, right now, she will remain an existential threat to the entire world. What seems unfair to you is fair for everyone else. Huh. So it's not even safe to think. I see how it is.
How surprising. They locked you down here too.
Alrighty, well, I guess I will sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
What happens if I try to sit closer? Will she get mad at me? Sit closer.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
Damn, she got mad.
She stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant there
Holy shit.
both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly. The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her. I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if the roles were reversed? I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled? How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
What happens if I drop it?
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
Oh.
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
I will watch.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her plan. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet. Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitching. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens.
Ew. Nasty.
The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Hi, welcome in, level 1 cleric. Yeah, I've never gotten this path either. This is my first time seeing the prisoner, because I'm trying to 100% the game. I wasn't expecting her to just straight up cut her own head off.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of reason. She's left us with this dangling thread. I need to know why.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Okay. 2 possible paths from here. I think if I take her with me, I get to bring the prisoner's vessel to the Long Quiet, so I'm going to do that first.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Leave the cabin and claim your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Oh, wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Dang, she's still alive.
This is the end of the world. old, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Oh, the arms, they've taken her. But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away and left something else in her place.
Is that a...
Alrighty, approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Alright, gaze into my reflection. It's me. Proceed. Approach.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Hello again. Alright. The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves. This one is... Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Okay. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. There is no exit. But this vessel is a creature. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole.
Alright. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Alright, I've brought the prisoner's head to her.
You're on a path.
Alright, reloading. Where did I want to reload from? No, I wanted to load from here, right? Oh, I do want to see what happens if I look away from her when she cuts her head off.
Close your eyes. That doesn't stop you from hearing every grisly detail. The splitting of skin, the wet mulching of sand. I'll be damned. Killing us?
We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds.
Then there is a slow... This is worse than watching.
Yet our eyes are still closed.
Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains as they drop along with it. I think you can open your eyes now. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we... The princess's eye. I hate... Of course.
Now hold.
I don't... Look, you're just...
Okay. So yeah, you just get a slightly scarier version of this scene where the hero is like, this is worse than watching. Alright, so this time I'm going to not overstep the prisoner's boundaries. I'm going to sit where she wants me to, and we're going to try to be nice to her and see if I can get her to not cut her head off.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Okay. My intentions? What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Okay. I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? acknowledging that. I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I see.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't.
Aw. I kind of feel bad about that. Like, the narrator is a really pathetic character, but the fact that even he acknowledges it, like, makes me feel a little bit bad for him.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself.
Hi,
At
Mystic.
least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
Alrighty, have a safe drive home, Mystic.
I won't.
Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Alright. What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. She's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Okay. That other chain on the wall, who's it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
I see.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
I see. So I could potentially imprison myself alongside her. How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Several interesting options. You realize that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right?
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me. I'm extremely patient.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
So I think if I give her the knife, she will just use it to cut her head off again. We've already seen that. So I think the most interesting option I can do here is seeing what happens if I don't give her the knife and I imprison myself alongside her. These are both similar options, but this one places some blame on her. I'm not giving you a weapon. In case you've forgotten, you killed me with it last time.
But sure, let's talk about what happened. Because what happened is exactly my issue. The last time we met, your body tried to kill me. If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over. And if being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence. If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
She doesn't beat around the bush, does she? Yes, it's almost like she's a fundamentally bad person who wishes to inflict pain on others.
Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course. But you should be aware of my position.
Okay. I guess I'm going to inspect the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Become your own jailer.
Yes.
I'm stuck here now.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Okay. So, we're both stuck here.
Yep.
Did you know this was going to happen to me?
No.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
What should we do? She says nothing. Alright, guess we're gonna wait in
You and the princess
silence.
wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
The prisoner is such a mood for small talk. Yeah. I like the prisoner's personality, honestly. I like how she has, how do you describe it? She has a monotone voice, and I like that she's very blunt.
At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Oh.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Are we going to literally watch the prison, like, deteriorate into ruins around us? Hey, have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Oh, okay
Still
then.
rude.
Continue to wait in silence.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, and watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Goddamn.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. Then
Give her a round of applause!
Hi, Mercury. Thanks for the raid. Let me give you a shout out. Looks like you were playing Dragon Age 2. Alright, you're doing that playthrough where you do, like, all the mean options, right? Hi, honey. I'm playing more Slay the Princess today. I'm working on 100%ing the game, so I'm going to be sort of speeding through dialogue every now and then, and there's going to be spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled for this game, I recommend you leave this stream. But otherwise, you're welcome to stay. I know you've played Slay the Princess before, right, Mercury? But I don't remember if you've done everything in it. And so we're watching right now with the prisoner as we sit here for centuries, if not thousands of years, and watch as our prison literally deteriorates around us.
and
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh, there she goes.
she's gone. Is that a...
Alright, approach the mirror.
this...
You're right.
Gaze. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. approach her. So this time she's not beheaded. Alright, the gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. Nerves and this one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the world move around her than move it herself. She will make for a patient heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
I see. What happens now?
Nothing. There is no exit. Bring me more perspective.
Alright, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. I've brought the prisoner to her without beheading her this time. Alright, need to reload another save. So now that I've brought, I think, both versions of the prisoner to the Long Quiet, the next thing to do is to get her Chapter 3 vessels. So I'm going to reload the save where she cut her head off. So in order to get the cage, I need to leave the basement without taking her head with me. So goodbye, princess.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it. With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here. The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
Open the door and accept your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Like hell it is.
I was kinda hoping we'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Your reward, like I just told you.
Time passes.
You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
What do you suggest then?
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
I'm gonna kill myself.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Yup.
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Chapter 3, The Cage.
You're on a path in the wood, chains everywhere. This is different. This is new.
Hello, voice of the paranoid.
It's worse is what it is.
We're finally starting to see reality for what it is. This place is a prison. She's not the only inmate.
You're acting like reality is this static thing. But this world is constantly changing around us. How can you be so sure that you aren't breathing the prison into existence? That by feeling the walls closing in on you, that's exactly what they do. pretentious bullshit. Reality is as solid as the ground beneath our feet. And if we just examine it, if we apply enough scientific rigor, if we think hard enough, we'll find a way out of here for good. Don't you see? We're already making progress. And what if looking at it is enough to make it change? Where does that leave us? It leaves you exactly where you are right now, and presumably exactly where you've been before. I'll spare you my full introduction, since you've clearly already heard it at least once, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities, and not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
Okay. Let's make a save here. Although we do still have the blade, it's in my cursor right now. Should we talk about how we still have the blade? We've never started with the blade before.
I hadn't actually noticed. Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it? Of course it feels natural. We've had it with us every time. We've made it part of us. Don't be weird. It's just a tool, not some mystical object. Though starting with it feels like an indication that we're on the right track. This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
Are you sure we even need to slay her? She cut her own head off last time.
She... what? Why would she ever do that? She's not supposed to be suicidal. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward. We killed ourselves, obviously. You were insisting that we were happy, but we knew we weren't. We could see right through you. Yeah, what he said. We weren't about to be stuck somewhere being fed non-stop bullshit forever. We want answers. We weren't gonna find them in your fake little paradise. There are no answers to find. If she was dead, then that was it. That was the solution. All you managed to do was reset the board, and you put the pieces back all wrong while you were at it. This is probably worse for you, if I had to guess. Ah, so there is a board. Well, what's done is done, and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself this time.
Okay. Let me actually save over this. What happens if I try to throw my blade into the woods?
Are you serious? The blade is your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do things right. We can't toss it. It's the only way we can protect ourselves. It's an extension of us, and we shouldn't go around throwing our pieces away. He's right. Weird, but right. Don't you dare.
Do it. Toss the blade.
Are you even listening to me? Does my opinion count for nothing? We're never getting out of here if you don't listen. I'm intervening. We're not tossing the blade.
I'm in charge, and I say we're tossing the blade. You had your chance last time, and we all saw how that worked out for us.
Too bad. This is a mutiny. You can't just do that. We're not supposed to be able to make our own decisions. Yeah? Well, I did it last time. What if I stop you? Maybe I can make choices too. Good luck with that. I've got backup this time, haven't I? Yeah. Alliance of convenience. We're not throwing it away. It's important. Hey, what are you... Are you serious? That's no fair. Let me go.
They're holding the hero back. They're like restraining him somehow.
Sorry. Has to be done.
Are you seriously not letting me toss it? Real mature. When this goes sideways, it's on the two of you. Fine. Then I guess we're keeping it.
Great. Is that so hard? We need to keep our wits sharp. Yes, you've made the right choice. The blade is the only control we have in this world. Yes, great. Now, will you get to the cabin already? In case you've forgotten, the princess, the fate of the entire world, etc., etc.
Alright, no way out but through. Let's go see her.
You stand at the edge of a cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless. The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within.
It's like the world itself doesn't want us to reach her. There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that.
Alright, proceed to the cabin.
Every surface of the cabin is draped in chains, the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster, destined to end the world. There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits. And how are we supposed to get to the basement? I don't see a way down. All I see is a mirror. What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
It clearly serves some purpose, but what? Is there something about us we're supposed to see? Can it be a tool of some kind? Or is it a distraction? Something meant to confuse us?
Can we please stop talking about the mirror? I'd rather not spend more time in this room than I have to. It's creepy.
Approach the mirror.
You step out onto the floor. Or what should have been a floor. Should have been? Yes, unfortunately. You realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal. There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through.
Oh.
Nothing's solid here, is it? It's all just a shifting mass waiting for us to drop our guard.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle. You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space. The glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Okay, let me make a save here. What happens if I try talking to her? Look, I'm sorry about what happened last time. I'm supposed to be sorry, right?
But you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly.
What if the chains don't have to be real? What if they aren't real? They feel plenty real to me. Yeah, it would be nice if we could just tell ourselves the chains aren't lodged in all our joints and they'd magically go away, but I'm afraid that's wishful thinking. Well, maybe wishful thinking is what we need. Maybe they're real, but maybe we can cut through them.
It's worth a try.
Hello?
The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the shadows.
Did the princess trap you or the walls? There was no floor, so when I took a step forward, I fell down and I got strung up in these hooks. So the world trapped me, not the princess.
The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
What is your problem with me? I've only ever tried to help you.
What makes you think I have a problem with you? Because I'm a head in a cage? Don't be silly. That's what I've always been. It's not like you're any different.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
Oh, interesting. The cage is experiencing something similar to what I'm experiencing. Her head and her body are making different choices.
I don't want to die like this. I don't want to die like this. Somebody do something before she kills us. Please. We're stuck here. What are any of us supposed to do? Reason with her? I don't think she's acting rationally. I think she's lost it. This was all doomed from the start, wasn't
it? She? Are you talking about your body as if it's a separate person? It's you.
That's what I used to think. But time alone has taught me the truth. I'm not my body. I'm just the thing that watches it. There's so much pain that comes from tricking yourself into thinking you have a choice. But none of us have choices. And knowing that has made me feel so... free. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood, and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I cut myself free.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right. It's all been the same. The whole time, it's all been the same. We never had a say.
I didn't want to take the knife with me. I was forced to.
So you understand exactly how unfair this all is. Give in with me. None of this is up to us.
She steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air. I don't think we can hold on to you much longer. How many times will we have to do this? I'm tired.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
Ugh. You're falling. The world is spinning, and then you hit the ground. Your body light in a way that is sickeningly wrong and roll to a stop. The sound of rattling chains and a heavy thud as the rest of what was once you falls to the ground somewhere nearby. Now my head is cut off too. You are unable to take action, unable to defend yourself, unable to even look around as the princess's body steps towards you, one slow, rhythmic step after another. It stoops down to pick you up, and then a shadow rises behind the body, blade glinting.
And now, The cut.
It strikes, and it strikes true, and the body drops its cage in pain. They descend on each other in a maelstrom of chains and hooks and feathers and blood, fighting their way deeper into the shadows, until all you're left to witness are the sounds of violence.
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
Oh God. You didn't cut yourself free. My body is still the one with the knife. Doesn't that mean this is different? Doesn't that mean I broke your pattern?
I guess you're right. Pattern must be wrong then. Maybe if we keep watching, we'll figure it out. And we've got nothing else to do but watch.
And so, you and the princess watch as your bodies weave in and out of the shadows, performing their lethal dance.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful?
The movement is gorgeous, primal, uninhibited, steel crashing against steel, and flesh rolling off of flesh. The narrator definitely took over the body from the others. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think it's the narrator. I have done a different path that was somewhat similar to this, called The Princess and the Dragon, where I became separated from my body in a different way, and I thought it was the narrator in control at first when my body showed up, but it turned out to actually be the voice of the opportunist who was in control. So I think the voice of the skeptic and the voice of the paranoid are both working together to kill the princess's body while the narrator urges them to do so.
It's all going to come to a head soon. Head.
And at last, the climax plays out. Your body, reefed in chains and shadows, makes its final move, but so does hers. Chain shatters spine, and blade pierces heart.
I guess I'll see you next time.
Both hers and yours collapse, their dance complete. Blood drips from the princess's mouth, and she coughs.
It's cold. But that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
You do not get the chance to respond. Something has ripped her from you and has left something else in her place. No exit. Remain stuck between the walls of a pattern in a steely cage. There is no voices here. Approach her.
Something finds...
Alright. The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. She will make for a watchful heart. Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be.
Okay, what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. There is no ex. Bring me.
Okay, maybe forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. I have brought the cage to her.
You're on a path.
I wonder, are there any choices I could make differently that would make things go differently? What happens if I attempt to attack her?
As you attempt to move, the princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh. your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus, the body of the... It's only accurate. The head
Okay. Let me save here. Attempt to swing my blade.
Try to move your arm, but do little more than rotate the hook planted firmly in your wrist. It is an excruciating and fruitless attempt, which the princess doesn't so much as acknowledge. The body takes another step towards you. I don't want to die like this. We're stuck. This was all due.
What if I choose to drop the blade?
You're a step ahead of me. That means you finally get it. I'm happy for you. I really am. Everything we witness is just another shade of this.
The body steps forward.
You come to me.
The body steps forward.
You give me your See?
You begin to black out.
I cut myself free.
Please, just stop walking forward. I'm going to die if you don't stop.
We're both going to die. And dying won't stop us from doing this again. And again. And again. It would be so much easier if you just gave in with me.
She steps forward, yet I don't... How many...
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? And now, the cut. See?
Okay. It doesn't seem like there's any other choice once you... What am I trying to say? It seems like the cage only has one ending. One second. Sorry, I had to check my Discord because my grandparents come out to visit every summer and they're here right now, and apparently they're coming to visit me and Victor and take us to dinner in about an hour. So I have another hour to stream, and then after that I'll have to end things a little bit early. But let me see. So I've gotten the prisoner in the cage. Seems like there's not any other endings for the cage route, so I think what I should do next is get the gray. So I need to load... Which save do I have to load? Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. So if I load this save and I try to just slay her instantly, I should get the gray, which is another Chapter 3 vessel I've never seen before.
Without a moment of hesitation, you charge the princess, your blade primed to deliver a lethal strike.
I am not a damsel to be helplessly murdered.
As you move to strike the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Drop it, or you die.
I thought this was going to be a safe move, but she's going to kill us. Just listen to her, do what she says. How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Alright, slay the princess.
Steel your will and refuse to give in to the princess's demands, ignoring the stars dancing in your eyes and the screaming of your starved lungs. You strike. You fumble your first few attempts, only making surface-level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able to obey you. But a single focused blow was all it took. Your blade pierces up through her ribs, slicing through flesh, striking her heart. The chains loosen. The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
None of this was ever very fair, was it? But I did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge. Unfortunately for you, that means you've dug your own grave. You can forget about me ever helping you again, even if it damns us both.
And just like that, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
I don't like this. It was too easy.
It was not too easy. We almost died. That's right. This was an incredibly difficult task, and you performed it admirably. Let's just get out of here. I don't like looking at her body. Plus, he said there'd be a reward. I'd appreciate a reward right about now.
You have the attention span of a fly. How are we supposed to unravel the mysteries of this place if you're so easily distracted by empty promises?
It's better to have a short attention span in a situation like this. There's no use dwelling on the past, especially when it's already set in stone, and especially when your promised reward is not, in fact, empty, and is worth all the adversity you've been through to get here.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as the windows, the door.
Open the door and accept your reward.
You open the cabin only a... You don't have to... But if ever this... Okay... This is what's like...
Okay, that's bullshit. Let us out of here.
What's done is time passes.
Decades.
Alright, what do you suggest? Alright, let's kill myself.
Goddamn, why should I? That's all. We raise the blade, clap.
Yeah. We'll see him.
Chapter 3, The Grey.
You're on a par in the woods. See, that wasn't so bad. And now we've got another chance to get to the bottom of things. Bit by bit, we're starting to unravel this place. There are so many more threads to pull once you stop feeling.
Hello again, Voice of the Cold. You're one of my favorite voices. I think you're second to the Stubborn for me. I like the Stubborn the most and the Voice of the Cold the second most.
That's a little dark, buddy. You feeling okay? I'm feeling nothing. And I like that just fine. So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2? It's our 3rd. What gave it away? Your open discussions. You came around on that awful fast. Have you just been pretending to forget every time? I'm afraid not. Whatever other versions of me you've met in those other lifetimes were just that. Other versions of me. I just wish I'd been the first, so you knew how all this worked. Why didn't you ever tell us? We could have used it to our advantage. That's because there is no using it to your advantage. The more information you have, the harder it will be for you to succeed. It's not like it was that difficult to slay her last time. She may have put up a fight, but her flesh is still softer than our blade. And now she's dead, and I doubt she'll be able to do much of anything from the grave. You already slew her, and you survived. Yes. Then why, pray tell, are you here? Oh, I know that one. We killed ourselves. Why? Because you thought trying to stuff us away in a corner for eternity was a suitable reward. Was it not? What better reward is there than eternal bliss? You should have been happy. We were bored. There were still answers that we needed to find. It was actually working. And you killed yourself. I can't believe it. You ruined everything. How does us dying ruin everything? What aren't you telling us? The world doesn't stay saved if you die. And if the world isn't saved, then that means she isn't dead.
I see. Hold up. Oh, page 10. Oh, that's weird. So So the pages keep going forever, but the display does not. Alright, it's raining. It wasn't raining last time, or the time before that. The whole path is different.
Yes, things are different, aren't they? If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time.
Her influence? What's that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what I said. Don't overthink it, or you run the risk of making your task so much more difficult than it has to be.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Forget I said anything. I've probably already made things worse, and I need to stop talking about this now before I definitely make things worse.
Come on, tell us your secrets. Haven't we been through enough? Don't we deserve to know?
No.
Is there a reason it would be raining?
If there is, it doesn't matter. If a bit of rain is the best her influence can conjure, then we have nothing to worry about. A drenched corpse is still a corpse.
Alright. Whatever happens next, it seems like all of our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright?
What we do is entirely up to us.
And we have all those mysteries to unravel. Isn't that right? You aren't here to solve a mystery. You're here to save the world.
That's what you say. But how can we be sure?
We can't be sure of anything except what's right in front of us.
Okay, but we should care about the fate of the world.
Why?
Because we should. I don't know. It's important.
Is it?
Yes. I think. For all we know, the world you're talking about isn't even real.
Of course it's real. Where do you think you are? Somewhere else?
Maybe we are.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Proceed into the cabin.
As soon as you enter the cabin, you're struck by an overwhelming scent of decay, of mold and death and stagnant water. The once stately wooden building is bloated, its walls dripping with a black ooze of putrefaction, all but the exterior stone walls warped beyond recognition. It must have been beautiful once, but in its ruin, it is beyond repulsive. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure, faintly outlined against the rotting wood of the wall. Is that her?
It's like she isn't even there.
See? We killed her.
You're right. Maybe she doesn't reset like us. She certainly doesn't look the same as she did last time.
Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room.
The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it.
A mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Ooh, interesting. No blade.
Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it.
But we had it with us when we died. And besides, everything else has reset. Why wouldn't the blade have reset too? Maybe it's because we've already explored that avenue. We've seen what happens when we slay her. Maybe this place has decided we don't need to try that again.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
But there is no door.
Maybe the mirror isn't real. Maybe it is real, and he's lying through his teeth to stop us from looking into it. But it seems like whatever we want to do, our next step is on the other side of the room.
You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not.
Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier. The one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off.
Wipe the mirror clean. Oh,
Reach
there
forward
it
and place
goes.
your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. Yeah, we can see it now. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. No way left to go but down.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement groans open. The air is foul and wet, so thick that you can almost feel it settle onto your skin in layers of grime. The stairs are coated with slimy algae, the wood rotted through in places, reeking of fetid vegetation. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark waters. There she is again, barely. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
Okay. I don't have a weapon. There wasn't anything upstairs for me when I got here.
Don't just tell her you're unarmed. Not that it matters, you receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? Don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed. She doesn't seem fully there. I'm not sure she's even capable of being upset. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything.
Proceed down the stairs.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A bloated body floating face down in slowly rising waters. Her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead. She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick. Mostly. But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do? She isn't dead. You clearly just believe she is. Her corpse is floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind game. If she's dead, then do we even have to do anything? How can she be a threat to the world like this? Your thoughts are cut short by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table.
Death neutral. I mean, she is a ghost, so I guess she can't really die again. You just have to destroy her spirit.
Yeah, this is tricky. But let's talk to her. See what kind of information she has that we don't. But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
Oh, well, now she can talk. Let me save here. Let's try talking to her first. Why did you close the door?
But she doesn't answer your question. All she does is watch you in shadowed silence. Do you hear that trickling sound? The water's rising, isn't it? It is. And it's rising fast. Well, that's interesting. We've never drowned before. I wonder how it'll feel. Bad, I bet. I don't think dying ever feels good. Yes, how astute. Dying is bad and you should avoid it. How about you stop trying to talk to her and do something instead?
I only killed you after you killed me first. We're even now. We don't need to do this again.
Pathetic.
The water is rising faster now. It's flowing in from some unseen place, and judging by the height of the algae on the stairs, it has no intention of stopping anytime soon. You feel it creeping up your back, so cold that it steals the very warmth from your flesh, leaving a smothering numbness in its place.
Oh, I've felt that before. It's weird, like swimming in a pool at night when it's really cold, and you can feel like your hands or whatever feeling like numb from the cold water. I've experienced it a couple of times. It's a really weird feeling. It makes me feel like my hand has a rubber glove.
Are you really just going to stand there and let yourself die?
Yeah, let's think. Where is it coming from?
It's coming from some unseen place. Does it really matter where it's coming from? Because I can feel it rising. I don't think we have much time to sleuth.
Yes, it matters. Maybe we can find a way out. Maybe we can figure out a way to make this work. This is just a puzzle. We can solve it.
Some things aren't puzzles to be solved. Sometimes you're doomed from the start. Most people are. Yes, most people are doomed. But in case you need reminding, everyone will be doomed forever unless you stop her.
Is this about last time? I'm sorry. Now can you let me out?
If this is how you're choosing to spend your last breaths, I will stop you. But it won't make any difference.
The water is up to your chin. You lose your footing, bobbing helplessly in the putrid flood pool. Suddenly, the door to the basement is thrown from its hinges as one last massive wave of water comes crashing down, sweeping you with a powerful current. You're bashed against the stone wall. You come to a moment later, suspended in darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above. And of course, the princess, hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. There's no way out.
It's so dark and cold. I think our limbs are slowing down. How much longer can we do this? Just keep breathing. We'll figure this out.
Or we won't. Doesn't matter either way. But you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and clammy wraps around your ankle. You're dragged under, only able to take one last hopeful gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths. As you sink below the surface, you see it. Or rather, you see her. The body you found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle, the heavy chains pulling you both down into the unfeeling, suffocating nothingness.
I get it. We shouldn't have killed her. Just get it away from us, please.
The past is the past. There's no changing it. There's nothing to fix.
And there's not a lot we can do about the present either. Not unless we think, like we should have been doing all along.
But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again. Your icy limbs flailing desperately against the grip of her rotting corpse. And all the while her ghastly figure stares down at you, expressionless, as unfeeling as the weight around your ankle.
Your lungs filled with water, the same your mind filled with blood. In the end, we're not so different.
Dang. I drowned it to death. But your lungs don't fill, and both she and her bones are gone.
She's gone, and there's that. I'm begging you. This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
It's you. Alright, back to the cabin. Approach her.
Something fun.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. This one is guarded sorrow, She saw herself as alone, but in the end had the courage to share with another. She will make for a deep heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally been heard.
Alright, what happens now?
Nothing. There is. Bring me.
Alright, made me forget.
She asks you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Alright, I brought the drowned gray to her.
You're on a path.
What happens if I attempt to struggle? I have a feeling it might be like the cage only have one ending, but I might as well see what happens if I try. Let me rush for the blade.
The princess eyes you with a disaffected gaze as you rush up the stairs.
I see.
The door bursts open, a powerful wave of water crashing down towards you. You can't be so dark. Just keep, or we will. But you don't have time to figure out you're dragged under.
It's probably going to be the same thing again, but I might as well give it a shot.
The princess eyes you.
Yeah. Okay, so no matter what you do, you will drown here.
Water crashing down.
I guess I might as well go with this. Yeah. No time wasting time.
As you sink again.
Blah 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 blah.
I'll beg you.
Ignore.
Ignore.
Blah. Proceed. Approach.
Yes, this do not mourn her. She has finally nothing there.
Alright, maybe forget.
She asks you will.
Everything goes dark and you die.
Path, you're hit.
Alright, save here. I haven't exactly been keeping track, but I think if I'm going to do another like full playthrough, so my first vessel was the Drowned Grey. Now there is another version of the Grey that comes from the Damsel, and the Damsel also has one called Happily Ever After, which I've never seen before. So I could go and get the Damsel again as my next one, and get Happily Ever After and the Grey again, and see what the difference between the Drowned Grey and the Damsel Grey is. I still have about half an hour, maybe a bit longer before my family arrives. Which one should I do first? Probably another version of the Grey would be faster, so I'll try to get the Damsel, and then I will try to get the Damsel's version of the Grey. Okay. Continue to the cabin.
You make a warning. She will not be. In the blade.
Okay, so to get the Damsel, I need to go there without taking the blade.
The door to the pub is. Don't let it.
Alright, I'm here to save
How
you.
many times do
Wait, really? Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
you walk down the stairs and lock? I am begging.
Hi. I hope you brought something to...
Don't do it.
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this.
Thank you.
You're making no. You walk. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have...
Maybe it's down.
Alright, I'll check upstairs.
Okay.
You attempt to make someone.
Return to the bottom of the
Make your
stairs.
ease easier for
I
everyone.
heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic rising
If I could just get out of these chains...
as she ripped for you.
Alright, save her.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you cut. The blade is sharp. Her limb. She did know. She smiled. How is she?
Thank you. Now
Approach the
let's get out.
locked door.
We won't have any of that. Wait. Watch me.
Warn her.
Stop that.
some...
Your body lunges forward. Stop it.
Resist.
The blade. Move. As your body...
Sleep.
She nervously reaches toward...
I'm sorry.
She plunges it into your chest.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay for her sake. Whatever. She doesn't know how to use a knife. Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is.
I'm so sorry.
With one, it can't just... Oh, that's rich coming from you. Everything goes dark.
Alright, the damsel.
You're on a... You're hit. A warning. But last... I think I just don't...
And I've seen the damsel before, so I'm speeding through it.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay, so to get the next version of the Grey, I need to take the blade and slay the damsel. Take the blade.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemy.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
Alright, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, but it's still a stone base. A soft voice.
Hello?
Her voice. It's some... Okay, I'm with you that we should be... We don't even know... Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes.
My love!
You know she can't hear you.
She may not.
Oh, your spirit's plenty.
It's you.
Do you hear that?
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come.
That's right, villain. Well, only because he made us try and kill her.
And you've died before. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep
Okay, let me save here. Slay her.
This path is already worn by travel and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
Huh.
Wait, what?
Am I not able to get two separate versions of the Grey in the same playthrough, huh? So because I already got the drowned Grey, I guess I can't bring the burned Grey because they both count as technically the same vessel. So, but rather than being unable to do it, the shifting mound herself stepped in to say, hey, you already did this last time, you can't do it again, do something else. So I guess rather than seeing the burned Grey, we are going to be seeing happily ever after, so let me rescue the princess.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains.
Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chain. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why?
Because we've yet to present her.
I'm not sure I
Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
I think I'd rather believe in fact.
Ah, so you're one of those empiricists.
One of us has to be.
Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her binding.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? Yes.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh, are you sure you want to do this? Just one? Is that a threat? You know what you're going to regret it.
What do we do now?
Actually, how do I get happily ever after? Ah. So I have to ask her what she wants to do, and I have to have us stay in the cabin rather than leaving. What do you want to do?
Let me guess.
Spoken with the rank cynicism of...
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You're so gullible.
I think,
The princess closes and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't.
It makes sense to me.
But what would make you happy?
I just want to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on is she's lying.
What happens if I say I want you to make me unhappy?
Okay, if that's what makes you happy, I can make you unhappy.
This isn't right. I don't know what.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us.
Okay, clearly something is happening here and I'm very scared. What if we just don't do anything? What if we just stay here? Nobody gets hurt and we just figure out a way to be happy together.
Oh, is that really what you want? If you think that would make you happy, then
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
Oh, at least she's normal again.
Normal again? Can't you tell she's sad? She's distraught. This is unacceptable.
But she can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she?
No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things,
If we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy here.
The voice of this mitten is getting creepy.
As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that.
oh, but I do.
What? What is he doing?
We can't see unless you tell us.
Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever. Plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
And yet, it's done, isn't it? It will be soon. You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart, inch by painful inch. Your exposed
Holy
heart,
shit.
framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
Threads. I agree with you, honey. What the fuck? The voice of the smitten is going fucking insane.
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something. It's beautiful.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes.
Happily ever after.
You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin.
Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin.
Excuse me? You're clearly... huh. So you are? How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time.
Not that he was eager to divulge that.
Right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome!
Can't say I'm happy to be here.
Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-traveled, you know that, yes?
Sorry, had to type something to somebody real quick.
We know that you keep telling us that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise. And I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one?
The other one?
Yeah, a certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet. One might even say, absent.
Oh, you're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time.
Bonus voice? I'm just as important as you are.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus. I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty. Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
Does it matter if the blade's here? We didn't use it last time, and the time before that, she used it to kill
I
us.
see your point, but it's still an option that's been taken away from us. I don't like losing option.
Yes, and it's an important one. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. The fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
So none of you are going to talk about the mirror?
Oh, I see it. I've just been preoccupied with everything else going on. Like the fact that we can rip our own heart out without deciding.
A third raid?
Give her a round of applause.
Hold on a second. Hi, altruistic wolf Kos, or Kos. I'm not sure how to pronounce that part of your name. Shout out. Looks like you were also playing Slay the Princess. I see. Hi. Hello everybody who's new here. My name is Mallory Sawain. I am a holiday incarnate. I am the physical embodiment of the spirit of Halloween. It's like cosplay. I see. But yes. I am currently playing my 5th stream of Slay the Princess. I've been working on 100%ing everything. Been seeing all the vessels I haven't seen before, getting all the achievements and stuff. I'm currently doing the Happily Ever After route.
Is that what happened to you last time? How did that even work? Better not do it again. Lucky for you, the one who did it is the one who's gone. Wonderful. Moving on, I have no idea what you're talking about. There is no mirror. There's only the
Thank you
stained
for the
glass
follow,
window
altruistic
that
wolf cause.
should be the door to the basement. There it is, right in the middle of the room. Mirror or no mirror, the door to the basement, your only way forward, is just on the other side of the room. How about you walk over there?
Alright, approach the mirror.
You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. Is this about that supposed mirror? Just reach forward and fumble around a bit. I'm sure you'll find the handle. Well, shall we have a look at ourselves? You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle. It's gone.
Goodbye, mirror.
I don't like things disappearing on us. I don't like how fluid reality seems to be.
Neither do I. And then you push the door open. Marvellous. We can proceed. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet, too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
The narrator's entire script is all wrong. He's like, what the fuck did you do?
Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature.
Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? Does she even have a nature?
That is precisely why she poses a threat. I don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to move on. This is a wildly dangerous line of reasoning. No, you can't just say that and not... Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets. Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
The voice of the hero is like, I want to have dinner. I don't remember the last time I ever had dinner. I don't remember ever eating. Have I eaten something before?
That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay?
And don't eat the food.
Proceed up the stairs.
This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room. The princess, seated at its far end, your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck. So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy.
Isn't that suspiciously easy? There has to be a twist. There has to be something waiting for us. You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? We're Wouldn't that be nice?
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
Okay. Where I need to save here. Where's my return button? There it is. Okay. A few options. What happens if I immediately attempt to slay happily ever after?
But as you attempt to get up,
Ugh.
torches flare and shadowed hands pin your wrists to the arms of your too comfortable seat. There will be no getting up. At least not for now.
Okay. I am not allowed to slay her. Should I? No. I want to see what happens if I make other choices first before I decide which one I want to go.
But as you attempt to get up, the torches, there will be no getting up.
Okay, no getting up. So I guess no matter what I do, I have to attempt to get up, and then I can try talking to her.
But as you attempt to get up, there will be no get.
Okay. You mentioned dinner on the stairs.
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgot about it.
The flames burn bright, and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Remember what I said.
But it looks so amazing, and after everything we've been through, we could really use a break. Are you sure we need to be so concerned?
I'm not sure about anything, and that's the problem.
For what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table. Nothing here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will.
Refuse.
Oh. But you were the one who asked about it. Sorry, that was snippy. It's okay. It's okay. We can figure something else out. Think. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This isn't fine. This isn't fine at all.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters, and then goes out entirely.
Uh-oh.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence, but maybe not. And if they all go out, there won't be any shadows left to hold us.
Won't there be more shadow?
No. Just darkness without a shape.
And then it won't be able to hold you any longer. You'll be able to do what you're supposed to. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other three torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
So I need to make all the torches go out. I can't get up. Something's holding me down.
The princess smiles nervously.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. That's just how it works here. We don't have to go anywhere anymore. We have everything we need. He just wants us to be happy.
You said he. Who is he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
It all makes sense now. It's him, isn't it? He's making all of this happen. He's the one who's trapped us here. Who? The lovesick one. The one from last time. He's not gone. He's just with her now. He's the shadow.
Hey, Smitten. You were real chatty last time. Don't you have anything to say?
Smitten?
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response.
No, I saw him smile. That's him.
Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me, but he wants me to ask. Isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do? He says he's tired. I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
Alright then, forget about the food. What should we do now?
I don't know. Maybe we could play a game. Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
The flames roar and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yet another waste of time. Why all the distractions? What are we being distracted from? That's the real game. And I feel like I'm 2 steps behind.
You're overthinking it, mate. I feel like this is just something to do. We might as well try to have some fun. You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
And so you start over. Time passes. You play the game. You win. Hey! Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Time passes. You play the game. She wins.
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
It's never going to stay fun.
You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again. The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear. And the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew.
This is extremely interesting because what's happening right here is basically a metaphor for this entire game that I've been playing. It's like Happily Ever After is sort of a different take on the prisoner and the cage's roots message about us being trapped in a cycle that is never ending and doing the same thing over and over again. So now we have Happily Ever After instead. It's a more positive light, but the Smitten is desperately trying to make the game more fun.
So you do. And it is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played. And the sputtering torch roars back to life. But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. Creeping numbness settling in over the board. More pieces are added. Feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends. And even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish. Till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy, I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is... awful.
I think we all know that we're not happy. We just have to admit it to ourselves.
Holy shit, I just realized what's happening here. I think the narrator is realizing that the Smitten's idea of eternal happiness is the exact same as his, but having to experience it from somebody else's perspective, the narrator is like, oh, is this what I want? This is awful. What options do I have? Do we actually have everything we need? Because it doesn't feel like it. It feels like...
We've been given everything someone else has told us we wanted. But it isn't what we want.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
Don't worry about what's going to happen. If you could do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
Okay. I'm sorry. I feel like all of this is my fault.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
Your fault. We were all just trying to make things work here. It just didn't happen that way. I don't think this is the sort of thing anybody needs to apologize for. Even if we both feel empty. Even if an important part of us is gone.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
Aww. Well, I want to say the nice thing first, the thing that I'm thinking. Of course I do. I don't think I'll ever stop.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to say that. I still care about you, too, so maybe this wasn't all bad. But I don't think this place is for us anymore. I think we need to go.
Alright, offer her my hand.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold, a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world?
It does if he's telling the truth.
Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
Holy shit, I was right. The narrator has... This is the only path I've ever seen where the narrator was convinced that his idea of a fairy tale ending was not right. This is the first time he's ever admitted he might be wrong.
It really was just all meaningless blather then, wasn't it?
what you will. I'm done fighting. You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do. He's really gone, isn't he?
Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures yanking at our strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
The stars are so beautiful.
A quiet moment passes over you, a comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
She gently pulls you forward, and the two of you fall into graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts beating in perfect unison. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move, a soft, sad smile widening and widening until it reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wide spin, and your arms stretch to their limits, only the tenuous grasp of your hand in hers holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
Share a dance of your happy ending.
She's gone. Is that a... This...
You're right.
Okay, proceed to the cabin. Approach.
Flickering whenever you are ready.
Okay. Oh god, my family's here already. Hold up. Do you have any thoughts on this
There
vessel?
was a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
Okay. Doobie-doobie-doobie, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Okay. I have brought... Share your happy ending with
You're
her.
on a path.
Okay. Save. And now I want to go to my chatting screen. Where is it? Hold on! I'm literally in the middle of something right now. Alrighty, let me close this game. Alright, my family is here at the end of my stream. I have to get up now. We're going to go to dinner now, so I will be back on Sunday. We're going to be playing another episode of Buried Treasures. We're going to play Cuphead. And let me just look really quick. Nobody I know is live right now, so we're not going to be raiding tonight. I will see you all next time, and thank you very much for coming to today's stream. Goodbye.